His dad taught him to play piano, but he didn't live to see his son in the famous theatre performing on TV. If he didn't see it through, imagine how sad the look on the faces of both his lads, who always tell him, "You're the greatest showman, Dad." And they'll see me on BGT, no more third person, just Daddy. This is me. The Palladium audience are on their feet. The judges say things so sweet. Ant and Dec run out, hit the buzzer and greet me on stage. And then there's too much excitement, too much to do. This midlife career success long overdue. Months later when it's broadcast, people view me on their TV screens, and it seems that all my dreams have come true. And all thoughts of that mole, misshapen and new, are forgotten. So the rotten cells break through. Plus by now, every persona from London to Barcelona, from Alaska to Arizona, are showing a graphic on those same TV screens. A spiky red blob, and told it's Corona. So my little mole thinks, I'll just sit here and grow on you. I may be faceless as I criticise, but that was a variety of vomit that was televised. Sentimental shit thrust before my eyes. I only watched to see Amanda's cleavage size. If you're so clever, then take the words written across the social media verse, aided by Musk and Zuckerberg, and write a song with those comments that we haven't heard. Okay, my angry faceless twin. How mad will you be if I go on to win? All these comments are real, though hopefully not all true. Some are pretty shitty, but I don't need your pity, I've got some nice ones too. I wrote a little song that was on TV for my audition on BGT. Thanks to Dec and Anthony, things for me got a little crazy. I wasn't quite set for the media frenzy on Insta, Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. So many people supportive and lovely. Thanks to you, it means a lot to me. But for every Skywalker, there's Darth Vader. You can't afford the keyboard crusader. Gotta take the bad with the good, they tell you. Got this type of material from a few. He's a bit unamusing, he just constantly. I think he is irritating. He didn't deserve it, he's annoying. I am really not enjoying. His songwriting is bad and slobbery. He can't play piano properly. I could do what he is doing if I could play piano or sing. What a load of rubbish, that's invaluable. Never heard of him before, that's understandable. Shouldn't have got a buzzer, it was quite incredible. He won't make the finals, that's short-sightable. I'm sticking to it, number 2, that's numerable. I'm holding with a buzzer, that's quite memorable. This bowling with a buzzer, yes sir, that's me, bowling with a buzzer. And his family, bowling with a buzzer, through to the semi, bowling with a buzzer, incredibly. Thank you. Some people feel that they have to share every opinion everywhere, and often feel the need to swear, sat in underwear in an old armchair. I was told as a child if you can't say something calm, then maybe you shouldn't say anything. Mind your words, your P's and Q'ing. No vitriol spewing while YouTube viewing. It's not nice to hurt, it doesn't hurt to be nice. Before words spurt forth, maybe think twice. Trolls once hid in Norwegian fjords, now they hide behind their keyboards. Danny made the judges guilty. Looks like a guy from the pork shop to me. Why did he get the dog buzzer? Seriously, looks like growing up blocked from nativity. He's too old to be on TV. I hate him more than anchovy. He's like Marmite, you don't like Marmite. I'll keep it short and concise. Utter shies. So unfunny, that's not comical. I wouldn't pay to see him, that's economical. He'll never be a star, that's economical. I hope it disappears, that would be magical. I'd like to slap him, let's get physical. still topical. It's body with a buzzer, yes sir, that's me, body with a buzzer, I'm quite happy. Body with a buzzer, paparazzi, make sure you spell it correctly. Body with a buzzer, fuck you. Hey, is this the producer of VGT? I know I called you, you didn't call me, but I need to establish who you are, you see, in case anyone is listening, obviously. I wrote a great song back in January, it's now early March 2020. It's called I Must Not Die. It's funny, it's all about how I could potentially ruin this momentous televisual opportunity, like I could break my arm or get poorly, or I could die. That would surely be a problem for my job opportunity. I also wrote it, ironically, months before COVID and before cancer found me. I must not die. I know, right? Crazy. But of course you need to hear it. I'll sing it for you immediately. On the edge of my success, I don't want to make a mess of this opportunity that I have done. In these crazy circumstances, I don't want to take chances with my Britain's Got Talent semi-final spot. I can't think of any reason why for this 14th season I couldn't be a possible hot shot. The only problem I can see could ruin any chance for me is if I'm dead. And I've thought of this a lot. I must not die. That would be quite traumatic if I die. It could be problematic, so I'll try to remain emphatically alive. I must not die. My career could bounce back from an assortment of setbacks. I could maybe stub my finger or my toe. I could get a broken nail, or there are many kinds of ailments that would never make a difference to my show. I'm hoping that the pearly gates will want to make my visit late. Heaven has got talent undoubtedly, but I want to live to be the big branch on my family tree, so my grandchildren can see my spot on VGT. I must not die. That would be the final curtain if I die. Then I think I'm fairly certain that I'd cry, that my eyes would not be working, they'd be dry. I must not die. Since I was on TV, I've had advice from family with the greatest of intentions, I am sure. Don't experiment with chemicals, socialize with cannibals, or catch a disease without a cure. It's not on my agenda to put hands inside a blender or drink water that is anyway impure. So it must be safe to say that at the end of every day there is a good chance that my life will still endure. And now the bridge, I'm gonna cruise. Yeah, the bridge is the part that has a different tune, but bridges can be another fatality. Just like a bridge over troubled water, London Bridge is falling down. The road bridge groans in Indiana Jones, but Indy didn't die. Just like James Bond, you always can rely. The bullets will always miss him when they fly, leaving him to wittily reply, "No, Miss Moneypenny, I don't expect to die." Old school, Sean Connery. I can't do Daniel Craig. My wife wants to. I'm not dead like Shakespeare's Romeo. Mufasa killed by buffalo. Don't want to be a cameo or underneath a patio. Just want to play the piano and make it to another show. That's why I must not die. Hello? Hello? Are you still there? No, of course, I'm very aware that you may think, or it may seem, that I wrote that in poor taste. But I mean, I wrote it months before lockdown started, when the thought of people dying was more light-hearted. No, of course, there's a pandemic, and I know that I can't do it in the show. I'll do it another time, that's for sure. Like in Lytham St Anne's in 2024. Hello, John. I am your surgeon. I did the operation, and your mole is gone. The biopsy says cancer, but I do fancy your chances. You're going to need a skin graft, but the hospital is understaffed, so there is a small delay. And we cannot say if the inconvenient cancer has found a way to places other than we have found today. I'll write a letter, a French letter, when I know better, much better, what I can do to you. So I need to write a new song to replace the one that's gone in the bin. I must not die. Now it's more of a maxim. Amanda, what's a maxim? I'm not sure who is to blame for what happened in the studio when my time came to record the semi-finals. It's a shame because I've rehearsed for months. They called my name, the virtual wall clapped and cheered, my nerves as bad as I feared, but then I was on and it appeared to be going well. But then at the first hurdle, I fell. You'll know when. Well, I'll tell you. Then you'll know as much as the cameraman. There was a photo of me on the giant LED. I tripped on the night. I'm the one on the right. Although I did see a sight of a woman who might be left bereft. After plastic surgery, she looked like the one on the left. One day I dreamed I might be on TV, that people would wave when they recognized me, that I made it on screen, but it must be a hoax. I'm just a piano man with a bunch of bad dad jokes. Do you know the longest hair in the human body is the eyelash? It's true. The eyelash grows inwards, over the top of your head, down your back, and out your bum. If you don't believe me, Simon, try pulling your hair out your bum and watch your eyes water, proving it's true. People ask me why I do this, and they understood. Inspiration from Chaplin to Victoria Wood. As a child I saw variety shows on the screen, wanting to be Billy Connolly, Elton or Queen. My hair no longer grows, just out my ears and out my nose. My body makes noises, I'm such a wreck. My forehead now has met my neck. Some things go together like Robin and Batman, like mac and cheese, like Simon and Fake Tan. With the greatest romance the world ever had was Carolyn and Ivan, that's my mum and dad. They were on stage long before I was born. As a child I would sit there, just shouting for more. They take me backstage, naked dancers I'd see. I decided show business was the business for me. The business for me. That was the moment. It happened so fast, barely even noticeable in the broadcast, but in my mind, a calamity. The enormity of this opportunity came crashing down on me. Or maybe it could be that Amanda was sat there quite happily, but due to a lighting technicality visible only to me, I could see that her dress was completely translucent. Tastefully. Oh, I wish I could see. Shut up, troll, you disgust me. So, though I was well impressed with the outline of dress, it had made me digress. What content was I meant to sing next? My mind clear of any idea. Like the moment of climax for any man here, my brain had slipped a gear. And unlike Amanda's brassiere, I was empty. Maybe the causality was due to my infirmity and the dread of my mortality, but what a time to come to me, in the semi-finals of BGT. But let's go back in time, and you can see what I'm going to play is what I should have done that day, and you can hear it the way that I wrote the damn thing. Okay. I keep all the photos as I'm growing old, cause memories like this are more precious than gold. I made an album so I can reminisce when I look, then I go back to putting pictures of my dinner on Facebook. When I was 11, in my first spotlight, I was nervous and shaking and damning stage fright, but I knew this was it, this was my life for me, so I let out my breath and a little bit of weed. He taught me piano, I'd watch them both sing. I I'd seen the laughter they gave and the applause that it brings. And though they dreamed of fame and to be on TV, they were always the biggest stars in the world to me. For 45 years they were barely apart, but there wasn't a day when I didn't hear them laugh. Like when Dad dropped a glass of chocolate milk in the bath. When we saw the mess he said, I only meant to fart. Dad was still laughing till his final bow, and the memories of him make us laugh even now. Mum said never give up, and she knows I love her, but even she never dreamed I'd get a golden buzzer. My children have watched me from their youngest age, through music and laughter from up on the stage. Just like I watched my mum, and her dream comes true now. She gets to be on TV, virtually. Mum, take a bow. Your family may be crazy, they may drive you round the bend. Your kids may drive you insane, it's a never-ending spend. But my mum always taught me, be proud of who you are. So now I tell my children, always reach for the stars. When those lyrics decided to depart my head, that led to that brain fart that tensed my arse and stopped my heart. It was covered by the producer's skill and art, but it was broadcast as barely a blip. In my mind, I was ready to quit. Always reach for the stars. My head pounded. I bounded from the studio floor, round the corner and saw exit. That would do. Past surprise television crew, past a security guard I flew, until fresh air hit me where my hair once grew. And I knew I could let my pent-up tears come through. I sobbed like a dog without a toy to chew. My big chance and I blew it. Somehow I knew it. Cried like a baby without a breast, like a chick without a nest, like I was at an onion chopping contest. But I'd never have guessed that song that went so wrong, luckily was original. My own composition will be my saving grace. When no single judge in the place realises that I messed up, and I save face, and they choose me, firstly in the top 3, and then the actor B sent directly to the final show. What do you know? All this with a hole where my mole used to be. This is me. Hello, John. Your appointment is long overdue. This is the 3rd attempt to contact you since June, because you have managed with misfortune to contract COVID twice. And sad but true, sometimes a mole's malignancy burns through long after it is gone. And the tests are due that the cancer has not bid adieu. Another visit to the hospital. The sat-nav now isn't used at all. I've travelled this route a few times before. Another visit to the hospital, directed to yet another floor, another queue by another door, another doctor who knows it all, another visit to the hospital. But this time there are so many people, some I show pain but some will keep all their suffering inside and quiet, won't flaunt their daughters on the cancer diet.
Now I've lost my sense of direction. A nurse notices my unsure expression. So many lines in front of so many doors. Sickness has never been this popular before. Is it cancer? She asks, and then she's at it. Is it throat or bowel or pancreatic? This line for dementia and general senility. This line for drugs that cure infertility. Chemo, immuno, radiotherapy like a traffic cop. She points ridiculously. Stop, I shout, and make her look at me. You have me at cancer. Which Q is it for me? The furthest one, as she points finally. The far Q, I ask, as if it's meant to be. Far Q, cancer, far Q. Far Q, cancer, far Q. I'll join the line that I'm assigned. For malignant tumors, not benign. I feel resigned that it's a sign. Fuck you, cancer, fuck you. Fuck you, cancer, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, hello, doctor. Let me take a moment, despite my consternation, to try and portray, in rhyming explanation, the characteristics of my doctor. My fascination with this brilliant man is a combination of wonder at his dedication of curing patients of their cancerous abomination, combined with his solid, unwavering conviction that COVID is a work of fiction. Unwavering, and often as not unmasked. Never once do I hear him ask, could you pass the sanitizing gel? What the hell is he thinking, other than, if you have cancer, I'm your man, but COVID is just a scam. It will end quicker than it began. Also, unfortunately for me, hoping as I was that some small priority would be given to this relatively new member of celebrity, he doesn't own a TV. It's his senior nurse, Emma, the same name as my wife. You know, at various times in my life, I've imagined an affair where the women's names are the same, so it would matter not if I forgot who was on top. But I digress. Emma, the nurse, not the wife, senses the darkness that is consuming my life. And unlike my doctor, she is a big fan of BGT and whispers discreetly, could you sign something for me? Amazing, really. While this is obviously the highlight of your career, your health must be as bad as you could possibly fear. It seems to me that psychologically this year must be tearing you apart. I wouldn't know where to start. And with that, I felt the first tear. Then, unlike my doctor, so quick to shake hands, she glances around, takes her chance, and stands and hugs me, ignoring potential reprimands. And she helps me to understand why I feel lost and alone, and like I'm sinking in quicksand. So, now I have 2 appointment dates. First, the final show in October, and then straight to hospital where a scalpel awaits. My health and my career, 2 unknown fates. I don't know how much I need to say, but career-wise, my fate went okay. The song that I wrote seemed to hit the right note, and 35% of the viewers gave me the winning vote. Moments in your life don't get much bigger than this. It's a milestone like a wedding or a teenager's first kiss. But to be here in the finals is feeling slightly odd. It's champagne and caviar, I'm used to Vimto and battered cod. And though this moment overwhelms me, the question must be asked, do we sometimes miss the small things as life goes by so fast? Mosquitoes are only tiny, they can drive you mad, so never underestimate small things that make you glad. My wife makes me happy, and she'll be there if I call. I got undressed and she got stressed when she realized it's just small things like the last shoes in the sale being the right size for you. A baby's expression when they're having a poo. Looking in a junk drawer, finding a pen, fitting a size 8 if you were usually a 10. Small things that make you happy, small things that make you laugh. Bubbles make kids giggle if they're tromping in the bar. Our dogs are happy if it's alphabetical. Dogs will always wag their tails if they can lick their ball. Games make kids happy if they're playing, having fun. I wasn't happy when the schools closed and I had to teach my son. I was happy when Boris told me I could finally hug my mum. But I was happiest in lockdown, finding a role for my bum. Actor Decker happy when they take home an award, so they've been pretty happy since 1994. I know your first award wasn't until 1995, but that didn't rhyme. You gotta seize the moment, you just live once, I hear you say. But that's not true, you die once, but you must live every day. Smile as if they've told you there's no need to quarantine. When you laugh in denim, happiness is in your genes. Happiness is small things like being with our friends, little things like when the Queen said we'll meet again. On Thursdays on our doorsteps with pride inside our chest, waiting just a moment to clap the NHS. And it won't be long before the masks are gone. We'll be living life to the maximum, and we'll remember people like Sir Captain Tom. And in years our kids will be reminiscing, not about the big stuff that they've been missing, but that every day they got to play with Dad or Mum. And we'll remember that we were strong when McDonald's was closed for so very long. But Britain's talent will be that we all carry on, bringing the flag. And Britain's talent will be that we all carry on. To be here now, to get this far, for you to make me feel like a star. The gratitude, I don't know where to start. When Alfie asked me, what's it all about? I thought I knew, but I had my doubts. But the answer is so simple and so smart. You'll realize through it all, the moments that you thought were small can take the biggest places in your heart. And if you're lucky, your family plays the biggest part. Then straight to scalpel, and so there's no gamble. They remove ample scalp and the sample tissue sent away, and there's more delay while we wait to hear what they say. Since Dad first taught me how to play, and I learned my first song, from the jokes that I began to tell, and the nights they went so wrong, from an audience of 5 or 6 to driving home alone, finding a love that understood, having children of my own. Just a bit of fun when my youngest son said, give yourself a chance. Never thought I'd be on BGT. I'm not a dog and I can't dance. In the Palladium, an ovation in front of my kids and wife. And now at night, alone with fright, I don't want to leave this life. It's a long time coming, but now my chance is here. It's the world that I've been waiting for. It's finally appeared, but now my fear has nothing to do with my career. How do I tell my kids they could only have me for another year? I must not die. That would be quite traumatic if I died. It could be problematic, so I'll try to remain emphatically alive.
Hello, John. You've got a Zoom call with the producer of the Royal Variety Show.
The new preferred method of communication due to pandemic ramifications and the wish behind scientification that we'd all bought shares in the Zoom application.
Hello, John. I'm producing the show this year that will be using you, because you won, sir. So speaking as the producer, I need to sweet talk and seduce you. This won't be the show that you're used to.
Oh, I'm not used to anything, you see. I've only ever watched it on TV, albeit every year since I was 3. It's a huge deal for me. It's the Royal Variety. I get to chat with royalty.
That's the thing, John. Some of that may be gone, John. COVID goes on and on, but so does the show, John. We don't want to abandon over 100 years of tradition. By the way, I love your background. What's this on?
Live at St Anne's audience, part of the new Zoom experience. Replace the Golden Gate Bridge on the upgrade since no one really used it. Hint.
Great, well, as I said, we can't really risk the spread of corona to the head of the country. We'll have Charles instead.
So it's fine for the next in line.
You won't actually be there for real.
Oh.
It'll be a recording. We'll project it on screen. We feel it's safer, although with less appeal.
But for the audience that's there, it's still a big deal.
Yes, about the audience we need to chat. There may be another problem with that. It's not exactly the format we would like, ideally, but there'll be no audience, theatrically. See?
What, the theatre's empty?
No. TV screens where the audience would be. So you'll still be able to see faces, like now, you can see me.
Seriously, the Royal Variety with no royals. Just a giant Zoom call, basically.
Yes, but with Michael Ball, Jason Manford, Mel C, and Steps. Everybody's pleasure, guiltily. We all want to be in Steps, don't we?
Yeah, I've been in one of them, actually. December 2020. Failing Christmas cheer. Behind fake grave eyes, holding kids near, the hospital phones, it's all clear. Fuck you, cancer, fuck you. Fuck you, cancer, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. The next 4 weeks, at least, are a charm. Then one afternoon, my neck resting on my arm, a small alarm, as I feel subtly a lump where no lump used to be. Oh, fuck me, another biopsy, an eternity will wait to see. What I anticipate accurately is cancer's return in me. More nights to dry my eyes, Macallan drunk, Macmillan therapized. Therapists more wise than I analyse my brain and recognise my pain. So I'll summarise with this refrain. I need a radical dissection on the side of my neck. That's 59 stitches and a scar I'm a wreck. The doctors are perplexed, they will say what the heck. We were certain that it hadn't spread. A theatre again, but no piano. Again in the spotlight, but this time I know my audience is underneath the tist as I go to sleep on that operation bed. For 8 hours did I dream of the possibilities that I could suffer. Potentially if one of these surgeons got the wrong nerve, despite their expertise, we could paralyze your face, they say. 8 hours had passed in the blink of an eye, that luckily still blinked when they opened an eye. Looked at Emma the nurse and croaked eloquently high. I guess I'm okay and not dead. I guess I'm okay and not dead. I guess I'm okay and not dead. Oh, general anesthetic. One month later, as I recover, one afternoon I discover a slight inconvenient bother. I can't get a breath. Having suffered with anxiety, so prevalent in society, I assume this is a variety of that, or it's death. An ambulance is dispatched. From Emma, the wife, not the nurse, I'm snatched. Oxygen is attached to A&E instantly, where I'm dealt with by a nurse who is by no means averse to trying to converse. She's a big fan, apparently. The problem, you can imagine, the situation that I'm in, where I can't breathe to chime in, I love that you're a fan, but could we hold the conversation until we found the causation of my breathless situation, then we can chat and I'm your man. I'm so sorry, she continues. I watched all your interviews, I even voted for yous. Do you chat to Simon anymore? A thumbs up is all I can muster, feeling dizzy and lackluster. I see stars in a distant cluster as I pass out on the floor. My lung collapsed with an infection, re-inflated with air injection. Colour returns to my complexion. The NHS is sublime. A year of immunotherapy gave me a chance to write what you've heard from me. Everybody here has their story. This is just part of mine. It's a life so far that's splendid, though at times I may have tended to wear rose-coloured spectacles to treat problems as hypotheticals. But I got this far, I'm here, against the odds and all clear. It's a show that hasn't ended, that one day may be appended. In real life, a happy ending is really just depending on how you persevere and how love holds you near. Your story can't be over if you're telling it. However hard the graft, heartbreaking or compelling, it goes on. It goes on. We all want the happy ending, but our ends are all impending. So find happiness along the way, and on that final judgment day, when you go on, if you go on, you can say the life you've led is one lived without regret. I hope you loved and were loved in return. And I hope this testimonial will live on beyond millennials. I hope whoever gets to write the final chapter of my life gets it right. This chapter ends tonight, how it should have started. Good night. Every mole could be potentially an invitation to the big C, so get them checked periodically. It could make a difference. Take it from me. Hello, Doctor Surgery. I need to make an appointment. Thank you very much indeed. Probably not what you were expecting when you came out for the night's entertainment. It is an important message, and I've got this opportunity to put it out there, so I make no apologies. As I say, I will be just over there. As soon as I finish talking here, I'll walk off the stage. I've got some merch as well. If you want to get my new album, I've got a book that this show is based on, which is the whole story, goes into a lot of detail. And I've got, I can sign it for you. You haven't got to buy anything, just stop by and say hello, have a picture, whatever, have a chat. I'd love to do that. And thank you so much for being here. I don't care that it's not a full house. You've been an amazing, attentive, kind audience, and I really appreciate you coming out to see the show. I'm going to leave you with these words that I wrote. Our time is so precious, don't wish it away. Love and laugh and live every day. Take time to talk, to listen and smile, or you might miss the moments that make life worthwhile. We're on this earth for such a tiny speck of time. If earth formed at your shoulder, imagine this line. Dinosaurs appeared in just this space, and a nail file could wipe out the entire human race. For every grain of sand you can find on Earth, there are 10,000 stars in the universe. So though we are tiny and life is quick, don't lead a small life. Be brave. Be big. Thanks, everyone.